Worst gun ever produced, the Zip 22 by Brandon Herrera. I think I vaguely know about this gun, not positive, but let's jump in.
So if you watched the channel before, you know that we're no stranger to cursed guns here.
Oh, that's horrendous.
This is barely a functional firearm. I don't know what you expected out of this montage.
Shot a lot of guns over the years that you might call, well, but there is one gun in particular that stands high above the rest and earns the title of what I believe to be the worst production gun ever made. And that gun is the Zip 22.
Yes, I have seen this.
Never heard of this before?
I think I saw this on Demo Ranch. I think I saw Demo Ranch do a video on it back when it first came out. I'm pretty sure I remember this.
Buckle up. So obviously, it looks kind of fucked up. But let's see how it does at the one thing it was designed to do. Right out the gate.
Already a fucking failure. Already a fucking failure. That's hilarious.
This does not
What's funny is I'm pretty sure that was also the issue Demo Ranch had with it when he did his video.
I was just gonna say this does not instill me with great confidence.
Oh, fail.
Check this out.
How does that happen?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Zip 22. So how does the Zip 22 work?
Ooh, we're in his house.
It doesn't. But hypothetically, it has a push-through safety, which currently is on fire, as you can see by the red stripe. There we are put to safe. The fabulous charging handle is basically in front of the barrel.
I don't like that.
Lever
I really don't like that.
Right here on top. Prong, I don't know what the fuck you call that. Either way, you put your hand in front of the gun, essentially, and push down, which then racks the bolt.
God, that's a horrendous design.
Now, knowing this gun has horrible reliability issues, they actually added a secondary lever where you can push it back just far enough to re-engage the striker. Now, to anyone who's ever complained that the Glock has a fence...
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know for a fact it has horrible... It is horrible. And it has horrible reliability. That's what I was trying to say. I just couldn't find the fucking word. You know it has horrible reliability, so you add a second thing to just re-engage the fucking firing pin. Just design a better fucking gun. Jesus, that's fucking insane.
Post grip. Go fuck yourself. This
God,
is like, there is nowhere to hold this in a way that makes sense.
Oh, it's horrible ergonomics.
They give you this little middle finger loop down here. And if you're rocking the bigger magazines, that actually almost helps because you can kind of wrap your hand around the mag there at the bottom.
Fuck's using that?
But it's just so, I feel like I have to hold it sideways for this to even begin to make sense, which iron sights are present. Magazine release here, drops the magazine, of course. And the entire thing just generally feels cheap and shitty. Even the barrel
looks cheap and shitty. What?
Look here, it's just a plastic barrel with like a rifled sleeve inserted on the inside.
No.
Which I'm now realizing is not even concentric. Very nice. How much?
Too much. I'll say this. I'd take a high point over this. And I hate high point.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret.
What is it?
I hate the Zip 22.
That round fed properly.
Everyone I've heard use it says that.
There you go. Went that time. Really love how you can't get the magazine out if it starts to malfunction.
Sounds like a great design feature. Yeah, throw that piece of shit.
I tried to shoot this a little bit off camera to test some different ammo and then set it down to go load more. Oh my God. Because I was out of ammo and I didn't.
His hair like this, having like that, with it blowing. You know who he reminds me of? Let me find the picture really quick. Let me find it really quick. You can't tell me he doesn't look like that. Look at him. That's totally who he looks like. That fucking hair. Why does it look like he has highlights in? I've never seen his hair like that. It's always just straight dark. Why the fuck does he look like he has highlights in? It's fucking hilarious. God, that's... I'm not going to be able to fucking unsee that now.
Didn't realize that the last round had smashed itself in the chamber.
Oh, shit. It's fucking weird.
I love this thing. All right, because I
But
know
you
there's
just
going to be
said you
people
hated
saying, oh,
it.
the bigger mags, it doesn't work, blah, 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 blah. Just as a reminder, these are the magazines that the gun came with, that I bought him with. But just to be fair, we'll try the 10-rounder. Get in there. Just had a fucking karate chop a magazine.
Jesus.
What am I doing?
Oh, shit.
Yep. Well, it does run better, but I wouldn't say it runs good. It's actually smashed so into the fucking barrel that there's nothing keeping it on now. It's just, it's impacted that hard. You see, is that the last round? That was the last round. My favorite part about this gun is that even if you use the 10-rounders that it actually likes.
God, trying to fucking clear a malfunction like that just scares the hell out of me because you got to put your finger so close to the barrel.
You have to to drop them, pull on the sides because the little finger groove, that convenient little finger groove is completely blocked by the trigger guard. Thank you,
Wow.
Zip22. Very cool.
Such great design.
Being leaked and getting doxxed and harassed. If not,
Yeah, I'm a VTuber. So yeah.
Sounds like a threat. Cut. No, for real. Today we're going to talk about. I did the thing. Today we're talking about Delete Me. Delete Me is a service that looks for your private information being sold all over the internet and removes it, preventing data brokers from selling your data and causing you headache. I'm not even kidding. I've been using Delete Me since I think the tail end of last year, and the amount of spam calls and emails that I get has gone down dramatically. I almost miss it. I wonder what Dinesh thinks about me too. The point is, I've used it myself and it does work, which is why I'm happy to have Delete Me sponsor this video. And right now you can get 20% off their consumer plans by going to joindeleteme.com/Herrera. Use promo code Herrera at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/Herrera using code Herrera. Thank you to Delete Me for sponsoring this video.
Oh, of course. The second I move.
I almost slung that at your face. My finger slipped. You could probably see it in the video. All right, so we know the Zip22 is pretty much ass at, doing gun things. But at least it has stopping power on its side as a plus. So prepare to be amazed by the devastation wrought by 22 long rifle.
I mean, 22... talk shit. Yeah, 22 is not as good as like 9mm or 45, but... I mean... 22 still fucking put a person down if you need it to.
Fed. Who up zipping they 22 in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I just realized they have to find it. They had to find a new fucking place to do these since Demo retired. That's right. I fucking forgot about that, huh? I didn't think about that.
Oh.
Of course there's a fucking malfunction. Big surprise.
Yeah. Now, where did this thing crawl out of? Well, this was actually developed by a company called USFA in 2013, I believe, is when they released it. Have you ever heard of the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? Because the unfortunate part about it is that USFA was actually known. They had a pretty good reputation for making good quality Colt single-action army replicas. They made great reproduction pistols, but then they had the idea...
I gotta get a single action. I gotta get one of those.
There's a lot
Not the Zip, the fucking replica.
Polymer injection molding.
Remade, whatever you would call it.
So they decided to sell all of their tooling and equipment that they were using to build the Colt single action armies in order to buy the tooling to produce the Zip 22.
Perhaps the worst trade deal ever made.
The pistol was received about as well as a morbidly obese cheerleader, and the company went out of business around 2017. Meaning these
surprised they lasted that long.
The bygone era. Thank God.
Oh no! No! I'm ruined!
I personally don't know how the fuck this left blueprints. I mean, anybody can just tell that this thing was a bad idea from day one. You wouldn't have even had to get your start in gunsmithing and weapons technology at sdi.edu using the link in the description.
Nice segue.
You just kind of know. The Zip 22 is so bad, I would rather use an actual zip gun. I mean, shit, at least it worked. Also, any excuse I can get to pull this baby out, the Ted Kaczynski pistol, if you haven't seen that episode. Which not only did we do a YouTube video
I haven't. I'll need to check it out.
An episode on Pepperbox, an episode of The Boys in the Garage, where we did an in-depth deep dive on basically how this gun was made, how we were able to replicate it. Speaking of edgy shit on Pepperbox, we just did another episode on The Boys in the Garage, where we basically did an entire guide on how to properly convert an AK to full auto. A lot of bootlickers were very upset about that. Oh, Brandon, this is illegal. You can't do this. For one, I'm a licensed manufacturer. I absolutely can do that. Nothing in that video is illegal. Two, it's not illegal to share information. Never will be. That's what the First Amendment is. And if you don't like that, that's why I've got the fucking second.
Yeah. It's not illegal to share the info on how to do it. It's just if you're not licensed to, it makes it illegal if you do it. Which is why you don't go to public ranges with fucking FUDs.
But hey, I think it's cool for a lot of people.
Or meet up with fucking online gun buddies. Who knows? They may just start pulling up in fucking black SUVs when you meet them at the range.
People who don't get hands-on time with a full auto AK trigger group and maybe don't understand how it works but would like to. But B, it's a guide I wish I had when I first got my license and I was first starting to convert AKs. So if you're a licensed dealer who would like to figure out how to convert your own stuff, or you're just curious, check it out on Pepperbox. Link will be in the description. I've even seen that they developed a stock for this thing, which has a neat feature that the gun can swivel for tighter storage. By the looks of it, like 1.5 inches tighter, which is a lot depending on who you ask. But in order to swivel it to be slightly more compact, the gun is now directly facing the shooter, which is just fucking par for the course. The one configuration I've seen for this that actually makes, I'm not even gonna say it makes sense, it makes the most sense, is when they attach it kind of like a master key on the bottom of an actually good rifle.
Oh.
I'm not sure when you would need 10 rounds of 22 LR while you are aiming a SCAR 16, but hey, you never know. What I do know though is,
hey, I will say this, it's kind of a fucking vibe. It's kind of like master keys. I think they're a fucking vibe.
I think this makes it an SBR because you have a short barrel pistol that you have now attached to a stock.
When they said they developed the stock for it, I didn't think, I thought that for a second, but then he did the master key thing with the SCAR. Yeah, that would make it an SBR because you put a fucking stock on it. And I kind of want to know who the fuck's paying and doing all the paperwork to make it an SBR. I would love to know this.
Potentially creating the gayest felony since being gay was a felony. All right, Jake, you're taking your wife out on a date on the lovely south side of Chicago.
By the way, can I just say, I really love the fact that Jake went from, I don't know if he still works for him. I don't think he does. Working for Corridor Digital to working for these guys or with them, however you want to say it. I love that because Jake, I used to love him on Corridor Digital. He was like my favorite person on there. I loved him. So it's really cool that I still get to see him on their stuff.
When a miscreant comes up to you and threatens you with a knife, the only thing you have to defend yourself is your wits and this Zip 22 loaded with 10 rounds.
I'd rather fucking beat him to death with it. Yeah, exactly. You got the right idea.
More effective.
Well, first of all, I don't even know if it's racked.
Right. So how would you go about charging that gun?
Well, I would look for a charging handle somewhere or some way to charge it. I tried here.
God, it's so badly designed.
I tried this, but obviously it's not there. That's obviously your mag drop.
What if I told you it has a really cool feature where you have to basically put your hand in front of the barrel to charge it? Yeah.
Why?
Because they thought of everything.
My reaction.
Yep, you've got a re-rack here, or excuse me, the Zip Restrike, as it's labeled,
Jesus.
Zip trademark Restrike.
Ah.
And then, yeah, they're really proud of this.
Why are they different lengths?
It's an excellent question with a very funny answer. This is the charging handle that you load it from. Here, I'm gonna clear this real quick. This is the one that you load it from, and this one is the Restrike, and that's because it goes back just far enough for you to reset the trigger, because they're anticipating you having malfunctions and needing to reset the striker.
No.
Yeah, they this one they really did. At least they knew their product.
We'll just put a shorter, another handle on it.
So fucking
they thought of
bad.
everything.
Where did you find this fucking thing?
This is
Oh my
kind of like
God,
an internet meme
I don't think I've ever actually heard Jake curse. That's fucking hilarious.
as far as like shitty guns. And you know what the most insulting part about it is?
What?
I think I paid like $500 for it.
God, why?
Because like they were, I think the MSRP when they came out was like 200, 250, but they're like,
But now they're sought after.
yeah, just
Right.
because of how bad they are.
Right. This one, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Look at that. Why
don't
is
like-
my finger right there?
I don't
hate
like that.
so
I
much.
hate it too.
Where's the?
Yeah, the trigger is that bad.
I keep hitting another poundage wall, and then another one, and then, there it is. Okay.
I love that. I keep hitting a fucking wall.
Oh, I
Well,
have a very bad jam.
you shot him to, wow, that is actually,
What's it look like? What's it look like?
Backwards. Brandon, I'm dead. Help.
you're well,
Send for help.
you, I'm not coming to the south side. What the fuck are you talking about? So now, in the heat of what is clearly a,
Now a hostage situation.
yeah, they have your wife now. Now, you have to, oh, holy shit. This is actually jammed against the magazine, so the magazine doesn't want to come out. All
What a
right, there you
great,
go.
what
We're
a
able to get it
fucking
in.
great
Thank
design
God.
product.
You have been stabbed so far 937 times.
All right, let's see how accurate it is. I haven't even thought about accuracy yet. Did you see where that went?
Yeah, hit right on the tip of the black.
Okay.
There on the left side of the black.
Oh, so not that bad.
Let's see where this next one
You're
goes.
really
Yeah.
fucking close though.
Hold it right there. Literally don't move.
I don't know if I'll get another shot off.
Okay. Yeah. Well, from 15 yards, it shoots decently straight when it shoots, which is nice.
That last one sounded funky. So overall thoughts.
That did sound funky. I'm not sure if he just
It's
missed
hilarious. I can't believe somebody made it unironically. The charging handle is really what gets me. And then, of course, the fact that it doesn't have an appropriate place to actually put your hand for a grip. I feel like it was made to stuff into a pair of gym shorts and kind of just leave it at that. It's definitely one for the collection. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, this one's definitely getting an honorable spot next to the Kalashnikov and the pocket AK pistol, the little
yeah.
fucking Derringer.
Yep.
You want to see something that I just noticed? And I'm scared of? Yep.
It's polymer.
The bolt is polymer.
Oh my god.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah, it's to get through metal detectors.
I got nothing.
Dude.
They really did the fucking most. Why? They really ruined their fucking company for this shitty little pistol. God, what a horrible fucking decision.
I got nothing. Whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, the Zip 22. I hope you guys.
God. Like I said before, this is all I fucking see.
guys enjoyed the breakdown of this gun. I, for one, find this pistol incredibly inspirational. Because if I'm ever having a bad day or I feel down on myself or like I'm not doing enough or things just aren't working out, I like to think that at least I didn't fucking design that thing. And then I feel a teeny bit better. But I appreciate you guys for following along. I appreciate you for being subscribed to the channel. More stuff coming next week, but I appreciate you guys staying all the way to the end. And as always, I will see you sexy YouTube mother lovers when there's less fucking wind. Jesus Christ.
You didn't seem too bad. Hope he has some shit at the end. That's pretty bad.
The hills are alive. All right. Scratching my face with a gun. Prepare to be amazed.
I'm gonna keep putting this fucking picture up.
And
I'm gonna keep putting this fucking picture up because that's all I fucking see.
prepare to be amazed.
God. This was a fucking good one. Make sure you go and check it out. Oh, look at that. Make sure you go and check out the original video. Give Brandon his love that he deserves. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of me. And until next time, take care of yourselves. See ya.